Hello. So in continuation from the previous video which I made about Australian nurses migration, I kind of observed that people were still confused about a few things. So I thought of just clarifying some questions that people have asked both in my inbox, email, and on the comment section, and just to let you know the step-by-step process. In the previous video, if you've not watched that, please go back to have a look. You will still understand. So I'm going to make this video in two parts. One is for people who are not from the countries that the Australian Nursing Board is looking into recouping nurses from, actually. But at the same time, even though you are not in any of these countries, that is UK, Ireland, Singapore, United States of America, Canada, that is the English speaking part of Canada, so you can still be a part of this program, because as it is now, there is a lot of shortage with the nursing positions in Australia, which is why they have tried to kind of streamline their process. But this is a few things you need to keep in mind. For the fact that they are currently looking for a number of nurses to join them, it doesn't remove the fact that they still need to make sure that you are duly qualified to practice in there, which is why the previous steps are still infused into this new streamline. So like I said, if you go to the nursing website, you will see where they have stream A, stream B, or stream C. So with the people in stream A, it means that whatever qualification you have is automatically transferred to them. If you are in the stream B division, it means you need to do a few compensation measures. And if you are from the stream C, it just means that your qualification is not somewhat comparable, which is why you need to do like bridging programs to be able to convert your qualifications into that of Australia. So a lot of people watching me, most times you'll come from either of these two, which is the stream B or the stream C. So when I say stream B, it means that you already have your degree in nursing, you're already a nursing graduate, so you have your level 8, which is what we call back in Nigeria and some other African countries the degree. So either BSN, BNSC, however you call it in your country. And whereas those that will be in the stream C are those people like myself that have only the diploma in nursing. So I will pick up from either of these two and then explain the process. So let me start from those who have the diploma program or the diploma qualification. So you cannot practice in Canada with a diploma because your training is just 3 years or less. So your training has to be up to 4 years or more to be able to practice, which is why you need to upgrade your qualification to a degree or level 8. And that is where the agency I went for their seminar comes in. So they have a program where you can do truly online entirely for just 6 months, and with this you are able to move or upgrade your qualification from a diploma to a degree. So it's a school, so it is not free, right? So how much is this course we are talking about? Like I said, the program is fully online, so I'm just going to go through what they sent to me when I asked them about the cost. So this program is going to be 26 weeks, 6 months, and is AQF level 8, and that's a degree. And when we talk of the pricing, the price is totally, it is 8,000 Australian dollars. Now mind you, Australian dollars is lower than the US dollar, so if you convert it, you know it's not really going to be that higher. So it's 8,000 Australian dollars, and you have a payment plan. You don't have to pay these all at once, right? You can decide to do this in like 3 installments, pay it at once, or pay it in 2 installments. So the first payment plan is that you pay the initial plan of 2,000 Australian dollars. The remaining 3, this is how you're going to pay. So 30th June, so the program starts, let's say you're just starting it down in 30th June, you pay 2000 August 31st you pay 2000, and in October you pay 2000. So like every 2 months you finish the payment, or you pay a one-time payment of 7,200 euro. And the next question is, so if I already have a degree, what next? What next? You need to know that you will have to write the CBT and the OSCE. Good news is you can write the CBT in your home country, but the OSCE you need to be in Australia to write them, which is why this agency is ready to take you through. Like they have a preparatory class for the OSCE, so you're not going to do it alone. It's just like you just literally following them. So they have different departments. They have like the ones in charge of the training, they have the ones in charge of the immigration, they have the ones in charge of job search, they have those ones that are in charge of job search will be the one to like contact employers on your behalf. And then this is when you already have your OSCE done. Now let me also mention a point. They made it very clear. They said that previously they used to have employers who sponsor people and bring them up on a visa that you will still be able to change to permanent residency, right? But they find out that because it is expensive to recruit international nurses, and sometimes people come in and after a while they just say, I'm not going to be with them again, and that's a loss. So now they say that the employers, especially those they are working with, and majority of them in Australia, are only working with people that already have permanent residency. So this agency will guide you through. It's going to be a long process. It's not a get rich quick scheme. So don't just think, oh, you apply today and next 2 months you're in Australia. No, it doesn't work that way. So stay tuned. I'll let you know the timeline. Okay. People ask question, what if I don't have specialty or not? Now I think maybe I wasn't so specific. So this is what they mean. They mean to say that if you are looking into working in a particular specialty, you need to have the relevant training. Let me make it example again. For example, in Nigeria, even here in Ireland, if you are a registered general nurse and you want to work in the ICU, let's say maybe they've looked for ICU nurses, or even back home, a lot of people who are working in all these specialties, they are not trained in that specialty. They kind of learn on the job, right? But in Australia, it doesn't work that way. Before you are even given the opportunity to be in a particular specialty, you need to have the relevant training and qualification before you are given the chance. So what I meant is, if you're already working in like theater and you want to continue, and of course it is beneficial to you if you continue your specialty, because of the experience you already have, you have that opportunity to get the job. But you won't be able to practice in that specialty if you do not have the relevant training. So that's what they mean. So but if you are a general nurse and just want to go into med surg, that's general. You don't need any qualification to go into med surg. Your registered general nurse covers you for that. But if you are going to any of the specialties in nursing, then you need to have the training. I hope that clarifies it. And they also have about 12 specialties that you may want to choose. You can do the program as well online. That's 6 months as well. So they have critical care nursing, mental health nursing, renal nursing, neonatal nursing, acute care nursing, emergency nursing, pediatric nursing, palliative care nursing, perioperative nursing, orthopedic nursing, gerontology nursing, and diabetic nursing. So those are the postgraduate qualification nursing that they have. So if you're interested in any of them, or you're currently working in any of these specialties but you do not have the qualification, you can reach out to them as well. Watch till the end. I'll attach the link to the email that you can contact them, and then you let them know. They will get you. Of course, it's also paid, so it's not free, right? Let's say you already have your degree, right, and you already have your specialty. What is the next thing to do? Next thing to do is they will ask you to send in the relevant documents. And what are the documents they are looking for? They'll ask you for a copy of your passport, experience letter proving at least 1 year of working experience, and in any specialization chosen. So if you have any experience in the specialization, you send it that as well. So experience letter proving your work experience in the relevant field in which you have chosen this specialization, like if you are choosing emergency nursing, etc., etc., right? Next is your year 12 or higher secondary plus 2 certificates. Next is your valid nursing council registration certificate, which is like in Nigeria, the ones that NMCN sends to you, not the one school gives to you. The one NMCN sends to you is the one that proves that you are a registered nurse. The one school gives to you is just that you graduate from that school, if you get the difference. So you have your nursing qualification award degree, that's the one the school gives to you, and your transcript of all the years, and your proof of address. Okay, so those are the documents you're going to send to them. Like I said, they're going to guide you all through. So when they get all of this, they look through it and they will now guide you how to apply to AFRA. From there to Nursing and Midwifery Council of Australia, and then you get everything. It is a lot of qualification. I actually don't know how to stress this. It's a lot of qualifications. I'm not saying it's not something you can do on your own, but it's better to have them guide you because their own is a bit tricky compared to some other nursing boards, right? So that is that for now. The next question I was getting is will I be able to pass OSCE? Madam, sir, calm down. This is one thing I used to tell people, especially if you are an RN from Nigeria. Trust me, if you can pass final qualification exams, final qualifying examination from NMCN, you can pass any exams. The only thing is each and every exam has like what they are looking out for, and when once you are given the introductory phase, what the questions looks like and what you should be expecting, I'm sure you're going to do it. So time frame, like I said, is not according to them. They said if you already have your degree, and so that the next phase you're doing is to choose your specialization. Specialization is 6 months. If you already have that out of the way, then that's fine. So if you don't have that, if you're a diploma, so you count 6 months for you to get your degree, 6 months to get your specialization, and then you now start the process. So if that is all out of the way, from when you start, it's going to take probably even up to a year, 6 months to finish everything. Yes, because by the time they are done with the nursing and midwifery board, they will now move this to the immigration part to get you your permanent residency for you to be able to come in. You're not going to go in with a visa. No, you're going to go in with a permanent residency. Now, next question was, is there any relocation assistance? Yes, they said that majorly only employers that are in the regions are willing to like give some money, but the money is not static. Some can give up to 10,000 Australian dollars, some can give up to 15, depending on your specialty, years of experience, and all of that stuff. But if you are looking into being in the city, then it may be a struggle because some of them do not want to give anything. Okay, but they also advise that it's not like the region. When I say region, it's like saying outside the city. So if you are from, like, say Nigeria, so you are not in Abuja or Lagos, or which one is Port Harcourt, so you would be like every other city outside those big places. So it's those ones in the interior parts that are willing to pay, and those are the ones that have a good number of job vacancies, because literally people love city life, so people are rushing to the city. So the job opportunities in the city or the job vacancies for nurses is not as much as compared to that of the interior countries. That was what they said, because I attended the webinar myself. It was a physical, so I asked a lot of questions. So I want to believe I've been able to answer a couple of these questions. If you are still confused, reach out to me via email, and then maybe get their email address and talk mobile number and talk to them directly, so that you'll be able to get a clear understanding. But I think I'm very explanatory enough. So kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel and like the video, and I'll see you in my next video.